Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born on February 5th, 1985, on a small island called Madeira in Portugal. Madeira is a beautiful place surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean, with mountains, narrow streets, and colorful houses built on hills. Tourists often visit this island because of its natural beauty, but for Cristiano Ronaldo's family, life there was not easy. Ronaldo was born into a very poor family. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, worked as a municipal gardener. Sometimes he also worked as a kitman for a small football club called Andorinha. His mother, Maria Dolores dos Santos Aveiro, worked as a cook and a cleaner to help support the family. They did not have much money, and the family lived in a small house with very simple conditions. Cristiano was the youngest child in the family. He had one older brother named Hugo and two older sisters named Elma and Katia. Even though the family struggled financially, they were very close to each other. His mother worked extremely hard to make sure the children had food and basic necessities. From the very beginning, Cristiano Ronaldo was a very energetic child. He loved running, playing outside, and competing with other kids. But there was one thing that he loved more than anything else in the world: football. When Ronaldo was only 3 years old, he already showed a strong interest in football. While other children played with toys, Ronaldo preferred to kick a ball around. Sometimes he used a real football, but other times he simply used a bundle of clothes or anything that could roll like a ball. The streets of Madeira became his first football field. Ronaldo would spend hours playing outside with older kids. Even though he was younger and smaller than many of them, he never felt afraid. Instead, he tried even harder to prove that he could play just as well as anyone else. People in his neighborhood quickly noticed something special about him. He was extremely fast, very competitive, and always determined to win. If his team lost a game, he would sometimes cry because he hated losing. This showed how serious he was about football even at such a young age. His father played an important role in introducing him to organized football. Because Jose worked with the football club Andorinha, Ronaldo often visited the club and watched players train. He loved being around the football field. The smell of grass, the sound of the ball being kicked, and the excitement of the game fascinated him. When Ronaldo was about 6 or 7 years old, he officially joined Andorinha Football Club. This was the first real football team he ever played for. His father worked there as the kit man, which meant he was responsible for taking care of the players' equipment and uniforms. At Andorinha, Ronaldo began learning the basics of football more seriously. He trained regularly and started playing matches against other local teams. Even though he was still very young, he already showed remarkable talent. His teammates and coaches noticed his incredible speed and energy. He was always running across the field, chasing the ball and trying to score goals. Because of his speed and constant movement, some people began calling him Abelhinha, which means little bee. The nickname suited him perfectly because he was always buzzing around the field just like a bee. Despite his growing football skills, life outside football was still challenging. Ronaldo's family did not have much money. Sometimes they struggled to pay bills or buy new clothes. Ronaldo often wore simple clothes and played football in old shoes. But instead of feeling discouraged, these challenges made him stronger. He knew that football might be his way to create a better life for his family. School was not Ronaldo's favorite place. He preferred playing football rather than sitting in a classroom. His teachers often said that he had a lot of energy and sometimes found it difficult to focus on schoolwork. However, his passion for football kept growing stronger every year. By the time Ronaldo was 9 years old, many people in Madeira were already talking about the talented young boy who played football with incredible speed and determination. Local coaches began to believe that he had the potential to become a professional football player one day. When he turned 10 years old, Ronaldo took another important step in his football journey. He joined a bigger club on the island called Nacional. This club had better training facilities and stronger competition. At Nacional, Ronaldo's talent became even more obvious. He was faster, more skilled, and more determined than many other players his age. Coaches began to believe that he might one day play for one of the biggest clubs in Portugal. This was the beginning of a journey that would eventually take him far beyond the small island of Madeira and onto the biggest football stages in the world. But at that time, Cristiano Ronaldo was still just a young boy with a big dream. A dream of becoming the best football player in the world.